Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for your patience with the readings this month. As you can hear, I've been a little under the weather actually for almost a full week, and I've been really working hard to listen to spirit to slow my roll. So that is why I am tardy this month. I don't think I've ever put out readings this late before. So thank you all for your patience with me. I don't know if you all are feeling the collective energy, but there is a huge shift right now in our identity. So some people are having identity crisis energy, and some of us are just going through an identity shift energy. So if you don't feel like your future or the things that are unfolding for you are really tangible at this time, do not fret. That is a collective pattern. I just wanted to remind you that I will be in New York City, Brooklyn, and Manhattan, and even in Queens if that's where it takes me, on Memorial Day weekend. So Saturday, May 26th through the 28th. In the description box below, there is a link to my website for in-person reading times. If you don't see a time there that works for you, please reach out to me because I will do whatever it takes to meet you guys and link up. As always, anything that you need from me on my website can be found there in the description box. I have all a bunch of new services, including some stuff that gets you goodies in the mail, so that's super exciting. Shout out to everybody that met up with me in LA and in Oakland. You guys are magical. But an extra special shout out to my LA peeps because we had an event out there that was truly out of this realm. Truly out of this realm. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And I got slapped with this sickness to slow down right when I got back. So I've been in recuperation mode. That's the only reason you won't see me here is if I'm just tending to my own being. So yeah. Also, I do the mid-month readings for career and love on my website via Siren Gang. If you're interested in that, it's $10 a month, and you can get all the info below on that. It also includes my weekly blog and all that good stuff. So, as always, I am insanely grateful for you riding with me, being here with me, and just being humans, having this very spiritual experience, and being spiritual beings, having a human experience, and remembering that we are ebbing and flowing on this planet. I love you all. Mwah. Capricorn. I feel these messages are separate, okay? We're going to address them as separate. So I started getting pressure beneath my left eye, and I feel that this month a little bit you're struggling to really see beyond what's in front of you, okay? It's like your bird's eye perception, if you will, is out of whack. Your intuitive perception is out of whack. It just needs more fine-tuning because I just think you're very consumed by your immediate reality. Whatever that is for you, your immediate reality is consuming your ability to see beyond the veil, if you will. Over here we have the Seven of Wands with the Five of Swords. And I feel there's a position, right, that you have placed yourself in that, for better or worse, because for some of you, this is a great position. Like you have a lot, you have a good amount of money, you've established yourself, whatever. For others of you, it's just your moral high ground, whatever, or your perception or your perspective. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's just what is yours, right? Your stance on this thing, I feel your life and your independence, the why and the who and the what behind your moves that you make in the world, right? You're constantly getting in this disagreement with, I feel, more than one person, okay? I feel that the two people in the background of this card are different people. They're not part of the same party. Now, in certain scenarios, you can be the person that is taking the Three Swords and feeling the need to just be right all the time. Or then in other situations, when another person is at play, they're the one that is taking your power and leaving you feeling defeated. Regardless, there's at least two parties or two situations in your life where you're constantly defending yourself. I feel even if you're not being questioned, okay? And that's why sometimes you're the Three Swords person and sometimes you're the disappointed, back-turned person. Nobody wins with the Five of Swords. It is losses across the board, okay? You have to know that. So be really mindful about where you put your energy and what soapbox you want to attach your name to, okay? Because not every pulpit, if you will, is worth standing on and standing behind. Not everything is worth defending, even if it is yours, even if it is, you know, you're right, okay? But there's a certain level of energy, an amount of energy that we lose every time we feel the need to defend ourselves, all right? Over here, again, we have the 9 of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles, and underneath we have the Ace of Pentacles. I do feel that you feel, whether how literal this is or not, I do feel that you are perceiving like your money is under attack. I feel like you kind of are perceiving your finances like a battered ship, if you will, and you keep like patching the hole with a Band-Aid, but you continue to take on water, right? Continuously taking on water. And it's almost like you're struggling so hard to be independent, okay? Particularly if you have Cancer energy or if you are looking to move, okay? Or if you're looking to make long-term plans for your overall life goals, career goals, if you're looking to make a major shift, okay? There's this constant belief that, like, you know, the choices that you need to make are costing you money, and the battles that you have to make are costing you money. But a lot of this perception that you're dwelling in is also a fallacy in the sense that it's not current energy, okay? Even if the scenario reminds you and it's almost like a mirror image of something you've experienced before, the outcome does not have to be as catastrophic because you've already lived through that. Now, if you have a strong Cancer placement, I highly suggest you watch that video because I talk about doing cleansings in that video for your being, because I do feel Cancer energy this month really needs like a limpia, if you will, needs to cleanse their vessel. You may as well, but I do feel this is more mental for the Capricorns, whereas the Cancers, it felt a lot more like spiritual sludge, if you will. Okay, but let's get into your whole spread and see what comes up there. All right, my Capricorns. So we have a lot of energy cooking here this month, okay? We got a lot of pots on the stove. We got a lot of kettles of brewing. And, you know, overall, there's a need to scale back, okay? Scale back where your energy is flowing to. Because like I was saying before with the vision thing, we did end up with the High Priestess and the outcome going towards June. There's a need to just like rein it in. Taking inventory on where your energy flows in every single moment. Because that is your most valuable currency. And even though we have the 9 of Pentacles and what you need to release, this isn't so much about money, right? You may think it's about money, but it's really not. It's really not. Because you always have the earning power and the earning potential, and that's not really the issue. But if your vibrational escrow is not being tended to, it does not matter how many opportunities you take or how many battles you fight or what you do to secure your end of the bargain or whatever, something will be off, okay? Overall energy is the 8 of Swords this month. Okay, so this is about self-imposed limitations and where you're feeling blocked. And not that there aren't times in life, like I told Cancer, not that there aren't times in life where you are being blocked by the universe, okay? There are those times. This is not one of them, though, okay? This month is about where you place sanctions on yourself and place roadblocks on yourself and kind of like double down on suffering, okay? I was talking with a friend about how we as people in general are addicted to suffering, okay? We have so much invested in identifying with our pain body that we only take vacations away from feeling, to feel good. Then we come back because we're just so used to this suffering energy. And especially with Pluto that's been in your sign for a while, especially with Saturn there, your ruler, you just being ruled by the devil and whatever, that's an oppressive energy. So in general, yes, you were born to overcome this kind of oppression, but it also means that you were bestowed the power from Jump Street to overcome that kind of demon, if you will. Okay? So the answers are not in the verbal web that you weave or in the thoughts that you spin. Okay? The answers are in how you feel. But if you are so far spun up into your brain that you can't feel anything, or if you take steps to numb yourself out, which I don't really see that here, but, it happens or whatever, you will continue to struggle because the answers can only be felt if they are going to be known. They must be perceived in a non-physical manner before they can be received in a physical manner. Okay, and when the Strength card came out, before these two other cards came out, that Kanye West quote, "To whom much is given, much is tested," came up, and I mean, he's been on a whole other, we're not even going to go there today. He's a Gemini anyways. But, but you have the power, and I know we don't want to talk about, sometimes I get it, we don't want to be strong. I've been sick as hell, and I don't want to be strong. I can't even lie. I've been like, no, nope. I do not want to, keep on keeping on. I do not want to, just pull up by my bootstraps and get her done or whatever. I want to lay down and cry, But this is about picking your battles as well, Capricorn. I almost said Gemini. So be really mindful again about where your energy is flowing, because I feel this is like a self versus self energy and then plus a third party. So that third party can rotate as well, like I was saying with the Five of Swords. Like, it can be like you versus you and then another person. So it's like people may get the A version of you one day and they get the B version of you on the third day, and they get the A version of you again on the fourth day, and they don't really know when you're coming or going. And you know what, to an extent, you don't know when you're coming or going, but you don't know how to explain that because you're in like survival mode. Okay? You're in this mode of like trying to just save face, and being strong does not mean pretending that nothing is wrong. Okay? But it does mean taking the steps that you are capable of taking to rectify the situation. What you're being asked to release is the Two of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles, and on the Two of Cups we have fertility. Now, if your finances are not where you want them to be, or you do not feel like an independent individual, and for whatever reason, I don't think that now is the time to really invest your energy in other people. This doesn't necessarily mean, need to mean even romantic relationships. This can be friendships as well. Because in the outcome, we have the High Priestess with the Lovers and the Ten of Swords. So I do feel there's this withdrawal from engaging with other people. Okay? And I almost said Gemini, and that is Gemini's card. So then we have this water energy here as well. So if you continue to put your energy into relationships instead of the relationship with yourself, it's like you're spreading the fertilizer on somebody else's grass. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh my gosh, I do everything myself, like blah, blah, blah. I'm the only one that gets anything done here. And it's like, who told you to seed your neighbor's grass that didn't even ask you to before you did yours? You know what I'm saying? So, mind your plate before you mind your neighbor's plate. Don't show you're strong and capable by doing for everybody before you do for yourself. You have to do for yourself first, Capricorn. You have to. It is imperative. Okay? Because, and also, if you're trying to create a relationship with somebody or create more energy in a relationship with somebody that is very selfish and is very just like my way or the highway, or is very much hell-bent also on spending their money in a way that is more focused on luxuries versus necessities. I don't think that that is going to continue to fare well for you. I think that is going to start to take a toll on you. I mean, it already has, but it's going to take a more severe toll on you. So keep that in mind, okay? You know, that's going to pan out differently for everybody, but I do need to mention that as well. The door that's now open for you that was once closed, we have the Two of Wands with the Knight of Swords. And on the Two of Wands, we have the ruined marriage or commitment. So I just heard that Adele song, Turning Tables. Yeah, y'all know that song. I mean, she was so popular for quite some time. So I do feel it's time to turn the page, if you will. I don't know why this is dark. Turn the page, if you will, on commitments. And I do feel that you need to speak up big time on what you are and are not willing to commit to. I also feel that if writing, or you need to put something in writing, whether this be contractual or something for the government or jobs, like if you this is either about writing because you are an author or you do something that requires you to put the written word into form, or some type of, again, commitment, right, marriage, contract, binding agreement, you need to be extremely direct with what you require out of this deal. Okay? Do not hold back out of fear that you're not going to get your needs met or that you're going to get turned down. Because worst case scenario, you do get turned down and then it is what it is. But if you hold back on what your needs are and what you want out of the whole plan, out of the bargain, if you will, then you're going to be mad that you didn't, you're never going to know if you would have gotten what you wanted. So look at your situation from fresh eyes, okay? Because there is another perspective as well. And that's why you need to speak up, okay? And commit to seeing things differently. Because I feel this Two of Wands is a situation that has been plaguing you for some time. And you've been at the kind of like the starting line for quite some time. And you've been like, a couple toes over, a couple toes back, couple toes over. Like you just don't, it's like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And finally someone's like, over here. And then all of a sudden like your world lights up. You see it. You know what I mean? But you're also going to have to move quickly on that. And you're going to have to really hone in on what is worth your attention and what is worth your time, okay? Because you can't juggle everything forever. Again, you have to get yourself in order, your house in order, if you will, before you commit to helping other people get their things in order, okay? Your current energy as it relates to all of this, in your head, we have the King of Wands with the rune, victory. In your heart, the Nine of Swords. In your foundation, the Star. The Star came up for Taurus through Virgo or Libra. And then it stopped. I don't think Scorpio, I don't think Libra or Scorpio or Sagittarius got it. But now we're back, okay? So this is a benevolent energy that Spirit is giving out this month. And again, there's no need to save face. I almost said Scorpio. Capricorn. There may be no need to save face with a Scorpio. Like, because, if somebody else is going to understand your broody, let me protect myself energy, it's a Scorpio. So this month, especially with this Nine of Swords energy in your heart, okay, which is it's very hard to feel what choices we should be making when all we keep in our heart is angst. And all we keep in our heart is worst case scenario energy. And this is also feeling like resentment to me, to an extent. Not like a ton of it, but it's like resentment against yourself for not having handled things sooner, or you know, going through the same thing over and over again and being a glutton for punishment to an extent. With this star in your foundation, though, everything is pushing you to have more faith. And guess what? There's never going to be a perfect time for us to be like, you know what? Today is the day I'm going to believe in the unseen. Today, I'm going to believe that there is a higher power that is really doing all of this so I can learn a lesson and ask for better and draw stronger boundaries. No, it's never going to be an ideal situation. Okay, we are called to faith when our back is against the wall. We are called to believe and call upon something bigger than ourselves when our burden is too large. And that's what this is talking about over here, okay? It's okay for a burden to be too big for you, but are you willing to surrender in the eyes of Source and hand it over for real? Hand it over for real. Like, listen, you know, God, Divine Mother, Spirit, Higher Self, I cannot take it. I can't take it. I'm done. I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out. Please birth me again. Bring me through the birth canal and pop me out again because I need to be rejuvenated. But that requires an extreme level of bareness on the soul. That requires admitting where you have held on and you should have let go. That requires admitting where you do not know, which is a powerful move to make, okay? Spirit doesn't want us to be all informed. Trust, okay? Trust. Spirit wants us to stay in a state of not knowing, a state of optimism, and prove to me what's cooking, because then they can move through your life, all right? With the King of Wands in your headspace, I do feel you are determined to come out on top, if you will, and I do feel that you are prepared to push your own agenda, but I think that to an extent, you're being headstrong about it, because that song, it's really called Headsprung, with that old LL Cool J song, Headsprung, what I was hearing it as headstrong. Like, so, don't get too caught up in the appearances of it all, of making sure people see you as a together person, because that's a trap, okay? That's a trap. To be appearing together, because you know what's even more powerful than having it all together? Someone that has it, that can be like, you know what? My life is in shambles right now. My life is in shambles. I need you. I need you for this, or I'm too weak to offer you that. Like, say what it is. Say what it is. If you want to turn the table, turn the page, you need to say what it is in entirety. Okay? And not in an angry way, in an honest, professing type of way, okay? That is what is gonna bestow this crown on your brain and really allow you to overcome the challenges that have been placed at your feet. All right. Spirit's advice. We have strength, clarified by both the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Wands. And on the Queen of Cups, we have the rune Journey. So again, this is a reminder, first and foremost, that you're on a journey that is supposed to be strengthening your resolve. And again, knowing when to pick your battles, knowing when to let sleeping dogs lie, knowing when to lay down the burden, knowing when to petition Spirit, petition your higher self, petition the bigger fractal of yourself that you left behind in the spirit world, and allow the messages to come in. At the end of the day, this is a spiritual journey, right? We're human beings on a spiritual journey. And even if things seem very mundane and very matrix level 3D, there is still a spiritual undercurrent to everything that you're experiencing. So do you want to make this hard? Oh my gosh, that Lauryn Hill, it could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard, okay? Loving you is like a battle, and we both end up with scars, okay? So pick your battles, Capricorn. I almost said Gemini again. I feel like, okay, I don't think that you're necessarily picking a battle with a Gemini, and Lauryn Hill's a Gemini, but I think it's over a Gemini. However, that's not for everybody, obviously, but that I need to put that out there as well. So remember that spirit always got you. And there is a certain level of patience that you need to have with yourself as you evolve as an emotional being, as you understand how to read your own emotional indicators, okay? So don't make it so challenging on yourself. And if there is a Queen of Cups type person, if there is an empathetic, intuitive person in your midst, and they're advising you to lay things down, don't challenge them about it. Like, that's really unnecessary. Yeah, because what they're doing is trying to give you a new opportunity. She's throwing stuff. A new opportunity to the star. Have faith in yourself. Okay, because I feel like this Queen of Cups character is like, yo, just don't fight so much. Like, give it up. Like, you know, it's okay to surrender. It's okay to not know everything. And you're like, no, I don't believe, blah, blah, blah. And here we have the Ace of Cups too, okay? So there is rebirth after a surrender and after a death, okay? We don't have the death card yet because I don't really think that you're ready to give up the good fight, if you will. In the most likely outcome moving into June, we have the High Priestess with the rune protection. And then we have the Lovers and the Ten of Swords. Okay. For some of you, the High Priestess is secrets that have been guarded from you by someone else, or secrets you have held really close to the chest in an effort to, whether they've been kept from you or you've been keeping them, it was out of an effort to keep an upper hand, I feel, for a lot of you. Okay, not necessarily in a deceptive way, but nevertheless, okay? This Lover's energy and the Ten of Swords, again, this is a Gemini energy. So if there was something being kept from you, or you were keeping something under wraps about a Gemini or about a situation that involves a Gemini, I do feel that's going to, you know, kind of get deaded going into June. I think you're going to realize, like, you know what I mean, it's not worth covering up anymore because you just are going to surrender. I think you are just going to realize, you know, with this Ten of Swords, that the only way you're going to be able to start over is by laying it down. This High Priestess energy with protection, if this is a person outside of yourself, if this is a High Priestess type of energy, this to me is a Scorpio energy, and I brought up Scorpio before. If this is a Scorpio energy and you're trying to protect yourself from this person or protect this dilemma from this person, I don't feel that that's necessarily beneficial to you or them. Now, if you have been protecting yourself from seeing the non-physical, right? If you have been kind of blocking yourself in some way from ascending to the next level, because the Lovers for me is always a choice about, am I going to keep rocking at this playing field, at this vibrational playing field, or am I going to go up higher? I think that coming into June, you're going to realize, like, you can't fight what you need to grow up with, right? Because everything, I feel like you're going through, like, spiritual growing pains right now. Yeah. And once you stop trying to get things to work on your pace and stop blinding yourself to your own intuitive body, things will move a lot faster. Okay? Hell yeah. All right? That's when you'll start to see it all, especially, again, if you have Cancer energy in your chart. Okay? So let's get you an affirmation. I see the world through eyes of love and acceptance. All is well in my world. I am loved and accepted exactly as I am right here and right now. So this, again, echoes the whole message of, we don't need to save face in order to be strong. The true strength is to admit our vulnerabilities and to surrender our issues and to ask for help when something is too big for us to handle, whether that be, you know, I first would ask Source for your help, but if you need to consult another person, whether it be a therapist or a confidant, a spiritual confidant, or someone that you trust with your, you know, a secret keeper. This High Priestess sometimes is like a woman or man even that you feel can provide you, like, spiritual protection or protect your spiritual secrets. definitely seek that person out, okay? But you're going to have to come with a bare heart, all right? Because this person doesn't want to see you teeter-tottering on the brink of whether or not you're going to, you know, move one way or the other, okay? Because Spirit is moving through your life and they want to see you happy, all right? Capricorn, I love y'all. It's been real. Peace.